The Boston Celtics have solidified their place in the next round of the 2025 NBA playoffs after taking care of business in just 5 games in their series against their opponents. With a dominant victory in Game 5 at the TD Garden, the Celtics are now looking ahead to the next challenge in their playoff journey. The only question now is who will be their opponent in the upcoming round, with 2 teams still battling it out for the opportunity to face Boston. One of these teams has already dropped a pivotal Game 5 and will need to win Game 6 to keep their hopes alive, while the other team is hoping to wrap up the series in a dramatic Game 6. The uncertainty surrounding the final matchups in the playoffs only adds to the excitement, making the wait even more thrilling for fans. The nature of the NBA playoffs is what makes them so captivating: the intensity, the pressure, and the unpredictability of each game. As the Celtics fans eagerly wait to see who they will face, they hope for a long, grueling series that might take a toll on their opponent. While Boston has already secured their place in the second round, there's still a lot to unpack regarding how they'll fare against whichever team emerges from the ongoing series. Will their opponent be able to step up to the challenge and push Boston to its limits? Or will they succumb to the Celtics' depth and experience? The answer remains to be seen, and the fans can only watch and wait. If we look back at Boston's season and their games against the potential playoff opponents, it's clear that they were dominant during the regular season. In one of the most notable games, Boston delivered a commanding performance, blowing out their opponents with a score of 132-109. This game set a new benchmark for the team, breaking their own record for most three-pointers made in a single game during the regular season. This game was a statement, a clear indication of the Celtics' firepower and potential for deep playoff runs. But that wasn't the whole story. In their second meeting, Boston's opponent pushed them to the limit, forcing the game into overtime after a hard-fought regulation time. In the end, the Celtics managed to secure a narrow 119-117 victory, proving their resilience in high-pressure moments. However, the playoffs are a different beast altogether. While the regular season gave the Celtics an edge over this potential opponent, the postseason is a whole new level of intensity. Players get banged up, the games slow down, and the stakes rise with every possession. The level of competition increases, and teams that may have faltered during the regular season can suddenly turn it up a notch when it matters most. For Boston, this means the regular season victories against this team mean little if they can't match their opponent's intensity and focus in the postseason. That's where the true challenge lies. The stakes are higher, the physicality is tougher, and no amount of past victories guarantees future success. A crucial aspect of the series that should not be overlooked is the impact of injuries. In the Celtics' most recent series, their opponents saw key players dealing with injuries, especially in the latter stages of the games. One player appeared to be dealing with a recurring issue, but was able to shake it off and return to action without much trouble. However, the other player was seen limping off the court in the final period with what appeared to be a more serious ankle injury. This injury could be a major factor moving forward if it worsens, potentially limiting that player's ability to perform at a high level in the next round. While no one wants to see players sidelined by injuries, these situations do create an opening for Boston to exploit in the coming series. But injuries aren't the only factor that could tilt the scales. The toll of the playoffs on the body, especially with players logging heavy minutes, is a huge concern. Coach Tom Thibodeau is known for his aggressive coaching style, often leaning heavily on his key players to play extensive minutes. One player on the opponent's side, OG Anunoby, has been averaging over 41 minutes per game in the playoffs, and this workload is beginning to show. The Celtics, on the other hand, have had better rotation and depth in their squad, giving them an edge in terms of player freshness as the series progresses. The wear and tear on these players, especially with the deep playoff runs they're making, could ultimately determine which team has the upper hand in the series. For the Celtics, having a full roster of healthy and rested players will be key to their success. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have both been outstanding throughout the postseason so far, and their performances will likely be the deciding factor in any matchup. They've proven time and again that they can carry the load in the postseason, but the true test will be whether they can elevate their games even further when the intensity increases in the second round. Tatum's ability to score from all over the floor, combined with Brown's tenacity on both ends, gives the Celtics a dynamic duo that can match up with anyone in the league. But beyond the star power, Boston's depth will play a crucial role in their playoff success. Players like Marcus Smart, Derek White, and Robert Williams have been invaluable to the team, providing the necessary grit, defense, and energy that elevate the Celtics' play. Each of these players has the potential to step up in big moments, and their contributions cannot be overlooked. Smart's leadership, White's sharpshooting, and Williams' rim protection provide a solid foundation for the team to build on in their quest for another championship. As we look forward to the Celtics' next opponent, it's impossible to ignore the history between these two teams. In the playoffs, the Celtics and this opponent have faced off in the past, and the rivalry dates back decades. The most recent postseason meeting came in 2013, with these two teams battling it out for a chance to advance further in the playoffs. The Celtics hold a somewhat narrow 31-36 postseason record against this rival, but the dynamics have changed considerably since then. Boston's current roster is built for success in the modern NBA, with a blend of youth and experience that is well suited for the demands of the playoffs. While the past may offer some insight, it's the present that matters most for both teams, and the Celtics are ready to make their mark. As the Boston Celtics prepare for their upcoming playoff matchup, the stakes have never been higher. The team's recent run of dominance has put them in prime position to make a deep playoff push, but the next round will test them in ways they haven't been tested so far this season. Boston's journey to the second round has been marked by consistent dominance. Their ability to execute on both ends of the floor has been a defining feature of their success. On offense, they have been one of the most potent teams in the league, with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown leading the way. Tatum has showcased his ability to be a true scoring machine, capable of lighting up the scoreboard from anywhere on the court. His shooting range, combined with his ball-handling skills, makes him a nightmare for defenders. Brown, on the other hand, has been a constant source of energy and athleticism, often providing the necessary spark when the team needs it the most. Their chemistry has been one of the driving forces behind the Celtics' impressive play, and their continued connection will be critical moving forward. But it's not just about the stars. The Celtics' supporting cast has stepped up time and time again. Marcus Smart, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, has continued to be the emotional leader of the team, bringing grit and toughness to every game. His defensive prowess and ability to make plays on both ends of the court have been crucial in setting the tone for Boston. Smart's leadership, combined with the sharp shooting of Derek White, who has proven to be a reliable weapon from beyond the arc, gives the Celtics the balance they need to succeed. Robert Williams' presence in the paint has also been a game-changer, with his elite rim protection and rebounding giving Boston a significant edge in the frontcourt. As the Celtics look ahead to their next series, they will have to contend with a team that has been playing at a high level as well. The matchup presents a significant challenge, as the potential opponent had a roster full of players who can hurt you in different ways. While their offensive strategy isn't as dynamic as Boston's, they're a disciplined team that plays with a chip on their shoulder. They have a solid defensive scheme and are capable of slowing the game down, which could put Boston's high-powered offense to the test. The Celtics' ability to adjust to the pace of the game and execute their offense will be crucial in overcoming this challenge. One of the key areas where Boston will need to improve is in their ability to take control of the game early. In the previous series, there were stretches where they allowed their opponents to hang around longer than they should have. Whether it was a lack of intensity or failure to close out possessions, those moments can't afford to happen again. The Celtics need to come out strong in the opening games of the next series, setting the tone from the very beginning. This starts with getting off to fast starts, moving the ball efficiently, and making sure they're engaged on both ends of the floor. Early dominance will prevent their opponent from building confidence and getting comfortable in the game. Another area that will be pivotal is Boston's ability to sustain their defense over the course of an entire game. While the Celtics have been a top-tier defensive team throughout the season, there have been moments where they've been prone to lapses, especially late in games. The next round of the playoffs will present higher stakes, and the Celtics can't afford to give up easy buckets when it matters most. They will need to tighten up their defense in the half court, prevent transition opportunities, and make sure they're contesting every shot. The matchup will likely feature some of the best shooters in the league, and Boston's ability to defend the three-point line will be a major factor in limiting their opponents' scoring opportunities. The pressure of playing in the postseason also magnifies the importance of depth. The Celtics have built a roster that is capable of going deep into the playoffs, but that depth will be tested as the games become more intense and the minutes pile up. Boston's bench players have been vital to their success, providing valuable contributions in limited minutes. Grant Williams, for example, has proven to be a reliable contributor off the bench, providing energy and defensive versatility. Peyton Pritchard has also been able to step in and provide scoring when called upon, showcasing his ability to make big shots. The importance of these bench players cannot be understated, as they will likely have to step up in critical moments during the next series. One factor that has been a constant theme in Boston's success has been their ability to maintain a balanced defensive attack. The Celtics have been effective in moving the ball and getting high-quality looks for their shooters. The ball movement and spacing on the floor have been key in creating open shots, especially from beyond the arc. This offensive flow has allowed them to score efficiently, even when the defense tightens up. However, as the competition intensifies, the Celtics may face teams that are better equipped to slow down their offense. Boston will need to rely on their ball movement and quick decision-making to break through tough defenses. The ability to hit timely shots, especially in the clutch, will make the difference between advancing to the next round and going home. At the same time, the Celtics' front-court depth will be tested by the opposing team's big men. Boston has been strong on the boards, but the physicality of playoff basketball always brings challenges. The Celtics will need to make sure they're boxing out, securing defensive rebounds, and not allowing second-chance opportunities. Robert Williams, Al Horford, and Grant Williams will have to play with great physicality to win the battle in the paint. In addition, the Celtics will have to be mindful of how the game is officiated. Referees' calls can swing momentum, so maintaining discipline on both ends of the floor will be essential to avoid costly fouls. As we look ahead to the future, the Celtics know they will be facing a team that won't back down easily. The playoff environment, with the pressure of each game hanging in the balance, can be overwhelming. But the Celtics have shown time and time again that they have the experience, depth, and star power to rise to the occasion. They've been built for moments like this, and they will need to lean on each other to get the job done. The road ahead is filled with uncertainty, but Boston's playoff pedigree, combined with their talent and determination, gives them a legitimate chance to reach the ultimate goal. This is what they've been preparing for all season long, and now it's time to show the world why they're one of the favorites to hoist the championship trophy at the end of the year. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The NBA has officially confirmed the cancellation of Game 5 between the Boston Celtics and the Orlando Magic, in a move that has taken fans and analysts by surprise. The league released a statement earlier today, citing unforeseen logistical issues as the primary reason behind the abrupt decision, though no further details were immediately provided. The game, which was set to take place at TD Garden, was expected to be a crucial turning point in the playoff series, with Boston holding a narrow advantage and the Magic hoping to stage a dramatic comeback. Speculation quickly spread across social media and sports networks regarding the true cause of the cancellation. While some sources hinted at security concerns within the arena, others pointed to travel complications affecting the visiting team. However, both franchises have remained largely silent, offering minimal insight into the league's decision. Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla declined to comment in depth during a brief media availability, stating only that the team is focused on staying ready for whatever comes next. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.